Away from me. We're on it. It's actually there. All right, let's just test the audio. All right, let's just test the audio. Excellent. Mate, if you saw what I had to get through to get here, people. Yeah, no idea. Anyway. Hey, Quisty. Thanks for the raid, mate. Boobs, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the raid, mate. How are you, bud? What's going on? Oh, excellent. Thank you very much for bringing your community across to our community, mate. How's your stream going? Hang on a second. Cuzzy, oh, Kiwis, kia ora, how are you? There you go. Hang on, I should do that properly. It's a bit rude. Where's the NZN sign? There we go. All right, John, how are you? Haboobs, welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome to Western Australia, people. Lucky there's no sunlight. That way the glare from the forehead won't work against me, you know. So, yeah, welcome. Thank you very much for the raid. We'll check your stream out, mate, and we'll reciprocate with another raid at some stage. So what do you stream, Quisty? I've just got to get some of the sweat out of my boots. Oh. This is the in-looking NZ, isn't it? Fold down boots. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Is that right, Habibs? Yeah, you need to get out more, bud. All right, famo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, so we have got some unfinished business in this river. That's not leaking, is it? Great. So, oh dear, there you go. We're just pouring over. Brand new real bush straight in the sand. Hello, Mystic. Valorant, how's that going, mate? It must be a tough gig, because unless you're an esports athlete or something like that, you don't really get much of a fair go. They seem to, you know, favour all the people that have an existing profile. That was one of the beefs that we had with Twitch a long time ago, you know. You've got all these people slogging their guts out to get, you know, recognised on the platform, and they have these people that come in, you know, from other areas, and they just get given partners straight away. We didn't like that. Southern part of Western Australia, Toothpick. What are you, mate? North or South Island? Are you an Aussie too? Mate, if I told you what I had to get through to get to this spot, you wouldn't believe me. Yeah, we don't talk about that sort of stuff in here, Haboobs. All we see is words on a screen, mate. We don't see anything else, bud. So, you know, if you're going to come in and try and be controversial, mate, you know, you need to just tone it down a bit, bud. All right? We don't want anything like that in here, mate. We just treat everyone equally, all right? So if you're a good person, we don't care where you're from, bud. So, anyway, let's get onto this now. Oh, Yeah. Doesn't matter what it is, mate. That's the least important thing about someone, bud. It's all about character and who they are, mate. Don't worry about that shit. Okay? And if anybody bangs on about that sort of stuff, they're not worth knowing, bud. All right? Right. Now. Hey, Dave, how are you? Just being honest, mate, you know. I'm born in Australia, but I'm a wog myself, mate, so I've copped it my whole life, you know. Tell you what, these mozzies aren't friendly. Well, they are friendly, but... Right, people, now, what we're doing tonight is we are chasing the ever-elusive River Mulloway. So, normally, the old-timers used to work off about, I think from memory, they used to brag they'd spend about, you know, between 30 and 40 hours of fish. That's with bait, net, spear, whatever. We're just using soft plastic lures, which is the hardest form of fishing. Now, each one of these tufts or tufts of grass in NZ could possibly have a tiger snake in it. Hence, I don't really want to go too close to the water. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, you know. So, first things first. Not really secret spot toothpick, but it takes a lot to get here, bud. The car's parked, about 3.5 k's that way. No, that way. Helps if you remember where the car is, isn't it? Yeah, I might just have to open the dementia door on that one. OTC, how are you, bud? So the fish that we're targeting tonight, okay, is the Mulloway. Argyrosamus japonicus. Grows to about 2 metres, but not in here, thank God. Wouldn't be able to stop it anyway. Right, I don't really need to have that high a camera on there. Oh, we've got plenty of download. Yeah, see all this in here. I'll give you a rundown. That's what I had to crawl through for about 3 k's to get here, people. Look at all that. See? It was quite the slog, but this is a spot that's, I can assure you, is well worth the effort, mate. So, hey, Saundy, how are you, bud? You got to do it, mate. The community deserves content, bud. Right, and one thing we do, even though we're doing Mulloway fishing, we're doing it continually from different spots. Arowanas, what are they, Quisty? And what I'm doing is because this stretch of the river has a lot of bull sharks in it. So we're going to 30-pound mono because I'm not going to be able to... Oh, I should be able to get the... I remembered the landing net. Yay. At least I'm not going totally la-la. Only problem is tiger snakes come out at night. I've already seen one. Normally what you look for snakes is you'll see one hole, say about here, and another hole 6 foot away. That way they've got an escape. You know, so unless it's a racehorse goanna, and if it is a racehorse goanna, I'm not going to try and outrun it. Oh no, we're south of Perth, mate. We're about 150 k's south of Perth here, right? So yeah, we don't have any up north species at all. So yeah, when you use 30-pound leader in the river, you know you mean business. So let's do that. Gonna have to have a fairly long leader in here. Let me just check this. That's good. All right, that's gonna have to come in here. We might have to do it from the other way. Now, bony tongues, yeah, nothing like that. DJ John, yes, people, if you're new to the stream, welcome. As I said, we don't care where you're from, as long as you're people of good character, that's all that matters. Right, and first things first, the stream's free to watch. You'll never get put on a guilt trip or compelled to do anything, right? So just come in and enjoy the content. Hey, God's Loyal, how are you, mate? Every man and his dog is in this stream. Boobs, I'm not, mate. You need to stop, bud. All right, mate. If you think I'm beautiful, you need to get out more. Just saying. All right. I know we haven't met. Don't do the old, I feel like I've just met you, but I've known you forever stuff, because that doesn't work, okay? I've been around the block a few times. All right. So, well, oh, nice one, Christy. Well, at least you're consistent, God's law. Right, chat only, apply, good. Down, Haboobs. Rightio. Oh, dear. Now, what we're going to have to do here, people, is this is one of the deepest sections of the river. That's why we have so many boats here, right? Now, what happens is normally in other parts of the river, you have little sections of the odd deep water, like Snakesville, that spot that I call Snakesville. That's got a little pool, probably about the size of this, where it's 2 meters. It can't fit too many fish in there. But where we are here, okay, this is actually not too bad. You can actually tell by the wakes. See the wakes here? Normally in the shallower water, they're fairly short little waves. Here, they're half decent. So this is good. All this is going to do, it's going to bring the fish in. Beautiful. Steady, steady. High tides in about 2.5 hours. We're just going to set up here. I don't think anyone's going to find us. I hope not, because if they do, it's going to be like a Jackie Chan movie. All right? But anyway. Hardtack, how are you, bud? Welcome, mate. Arowana, yeah, I think that is QLD, bud. Now, let me just... I even charged the microphone for this stream. I'm on a roll, people. I'm on a roll. Now, if you want a really good colour for mulloway in any rivers, right? Nuked Chicken Glow is about the closest thing, but it's called Nuclear Chicken, right? So what we're going to do today is, today we're going to focus on presentation, right? So what we want to do is, we're going to use the lightest weight possible, okay? That looks like nothing that swims, but in this stream the other day, if you go to our YouTube channel, our latest video shows the mulloway and what we caught it on, right? And yeah, so what we want to do is we want to have that bunted up against the head, and we want the hook coming out through the middle here, right? And then that way what we're going to do is, today's all about presentation. Slow, gentle, undulating retrieves, right? Now, right. Now what have we got here? Yep. That's glue. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Is that glue? All right. On that. Now we've got some new technology we're trying out in the stream today too, people. Okay. So with that, when we used it last night, the camera was so sensitive, the wind was blowing on the screen and it was trying to autofocus. Annihilation, how are you, bud? Mudman, how are you, brother? How's the garden going, mate? Now, so what you want with your soft plastics, you want a nice soft plastic, right? Okay, these are the Z-Mans from the States. Now, rigging a soft plastic is a game of millimeters. So see this here, okay? What you normally have is you have a mold with the soft plastics. So when they inject them and fill them, they'll fill from the inside out, and it'll usually leave a line down the middle. So what you do is, see that little point there, right? If you draw an imaginary line through there, that's where you want your soft plastic to go in. You want the barb to go past there, and then you want it to come down here. That way you can turn it around, you can bunt that up against the head, and that'll come out there, and that's a beautiful presentation for this size soft plastic, right? Yeah, not bad, mate. I had to do a bit of hiking to get here, mate. I'm 3 k's from the car. Right, I was going to get the yak out, but they forecast too much wind, and the last thing I want to do is end up going round and round and round like a whirly trying to get fish, you know. All right, so see here, okay, so we just go in here. So what you try and do is try and guess the point halfway between there and halfway between there. That's where it's going to be meatiest for you. Now see how the barb's gone into the soft plastics? Whoops, great. So we bring that in, making sure, see how we're fairly in line with the middle there? So what I'll do is, right, if I bring that along there like that, then what I do is turn that over, right? I want to get that as close to the jig head as possible. So let's have a look in there. Right, that's not a very good soft plastic. Oh, that'll be better, all right? So that's how we want it to end up, right? So what we'll do is we'll pick our point through there, come up through the middle, and that's not bad for an old bloke, is it? See? So see how we've concealed the hook in there? Then what happens is when the fish hits the soft plastic, whoompa, the hook comes out and it sets the hook. So that's how you can rig them weedless, okay? And that's without using super glue, which is what we normally do here, just to sort of make sure it sits. And then what'll happen is that'll flutter to the bottom, boom, and then you just try and make it look like an injured bait fish trying to get to the bottom. Now, because Quisty, girls got to have some secrets. Or do you, they normally go like that, right? You know. So yeah, I invested in new technology, okay, and I'm just testing it out, right? So now what I'm going to do is, because we're fishing fairly deep water, this is 30-pound leader, right? I'm going to need at least 2 foot of leader here, because the biggest problem that I've got is, right, is when I cast out there, see this? I'm actually going to have to get wet tonight, fam, and yeah, cover and snakes. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. That's right. Nah, what I did, Quisty, the biggest myth in live streaming is that you need a backpack. Total waste of time. Right? Save yourself the money. All you're doing is making corporations rich that are just, you know, obviously cutting edge technology, mate, but you don't need it, right? I just use Samsung Galaxy phones, and what I've done is, from the support of the community throughout the year, I put all my money away, right? And like I said, it's always free to watch the stream. We don't send anyone on any guilt trips or anything, because that's not what we're about, right? So what you do, okay, is if you want to sub for free, right, just go to YouTube. It'll only cost you a click. All of our content from here gets uploaded to there, okay? So, right, and what I did is I'm live streaming with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Ultra. Well, it's not new, I had it for a while, but I'm just testing it out, right? And what it does, it allows us to, you know, provide good content, you know what I mean? So, what happened was, I went into my Telstra bill. I cancelled a phone in 2022, right? And what happened was they kept charging me. So, you know, 16 months at $60 a month is nearly $1,000. So I went up to my local Telstra shop and I was seething, mate. But they managed to sort it out. So with the credit, I was about $900 in credit. And then I had a heap of Telstra points, which brought everything right down. Right, so the actual phone only cost me a few $100s once all the credits and everything else were applied. And then with this one, you actually get a Samsung tablet that acts as a laptop. So now I can use that for the stream as well. So all in all, now we have everything that we need to live stream, and with the new AI features on here, I can actually stream and communicate with anyone in any language, and it just makes it, you know, better for the stream. Yeah, Lunatic, I'll tell you what, bud, why don't you start streaming, right? And you do that, okay? Because bait fishing to me, and this is purely to me, I find that a really boring and lazy way to fish, mate. For starters, I don't crack tinnies when I'm fishing, okay? Especially in this environment, mate, because that's when you end up injuring yourself. And the good thing about lure fishing, bud, is it's a challenge, right? And the old muleying gang is your typical mentality of a lot of people, which they're entitled to be, bud. But, you know, we like to sort of mix it up a bit and show people what they're capable of, you know. Now, let's just get this in here. And sometimes you actually catch more mulloway on soft plastics than you do on muleys, believe it or not. You obviously do a lot of beach fishing, mate, which you're perfectly entitled to do, right? But yeah, this is river fishing, mate, bit different, bud. Mulloway in the rivers and that sort of stuff. In the old days, they used to use a lot of gangs and that sort of stuff. Now, beautiful. And I find it kind of a pleasant pastime, bud. You know what I mean? Because you get to come down to the river and you get to chill out, okay, and you have a lot of fun, you know. This water's actually quite deep in here. Just in front of these reeds here, it's about 1 metre, right? If they're going to hit in line with the trees, because their natural instinct is to chase bait fish to the edge of the river, and when the bait fish have nowhere to go, they turn around and hit them, you know. This is working beautifully in the river. Magnificent. You should see the action on this soft plastic, people. So all we're trying to do here is just mimic an injured bait fish, you know. Get out of there. We are going to have a hell of a time if we do hook a big one though, because structure there, I'm going to have to end up in the drink. Oh, I didn't bring the rope. Normally I tie a rope to myself when I do this sort of fishing. And the good thing about this is, right, with the 1/16 ounce jig head, okay, I'm going to have to bring it into here to land it. No, into there. Right, I just got to figure out my game plan. Bam. Very deep already. We're still a couple of hours shy of the high tide. So we're just going to chill out with a bit of nuclear chicken, right? The old Chernobyl method. And just see how we go. That is right on the spot, people. Yeah, that's right, Wagfish. Aussie Jim 1965, how are you? Hey there, Annihilation, because we don't allow links in chat, bud. It's the easiest way to get banned as a streamer. I need to put the thing there. Usually in the Australian bush, when you hear click, crack and that, it's something moving, you know. So I found a lot of quite large kangaroo manure here. So if there's a big boomer that comes in, great. All the cormorants are hanging around here, so there must be something around. Sometimes too, the mulloway will follow the lure in, right? That's positively frightening because you never know when they're going to hit, you know. All right, let's just let's put that there. Let's bring this over here because the most important thing of any stream is acknowledging your community. Right, so camera there, phone there, light there. Good, we're all set. Oh. One thing you got to do, people, is you've got to fish your soft plastics really slow, right, and just on the bottom. This sort of neck of the river suits how I fish, right? A lot of the shallower stuff doesn't, so. You'll have to take that up with him, Annihilation. I've had heaps and heaps of messages from a lot of people from Mod City, mate. But yeah, I haven't heard from Shook for a long time, so you know, it's you got to sort that out with him, mate. Nothing to do with me. That's a different community and a different streamer, so it's not my place to comment. And I just say the same thing to other people. Just take it up with him, you know. Now, can you see this water in the middle there? See how it's swirling? That's exactly why we're here, because of that. Okay? That's a beautiful soft plastic in the water. Right. I actually stuffed that cast up, believe it or not. Yeah, if you know what I mean, Annihilation. All we can do, mate, is concentrate on our content and our community. We value community above content anyway, mate. So, you know, like I said, just sort it out with him, bud. Come in here, put your feet up, crack your 8th tuies. Just put one each in the hat, mate, you know, and just chill out, bud, and don't worry about it, you know. I try and chat with everyone that's being relevant to the stream, right? So, you know, we've always been like that, people. So, gonna need for this to get a little bit darker before I can be comfortable. That's a really good cast. That's right on the spot there. Rightio, just let these boys go past in the boat. They would have notified the fish. North Carolina, USA. Oh, poison ivy's terrible, mate. Yeah, poison ivy's terrible, bud. We've got poison ivy in Australia too, and you know, like I made the mistake of like removing it with bare hands. I think I had diarrhea for 3 days. Yeah, it is what it is, mate. I mean, we do a lot of marining over here. Hey, Mike, how you going, bud? I nearly know every single spot along this river where you can live stream people. That side of the river is hopeless, and the tower is just over there. This side of the river, no worries whatsoever, you know. Once these boats disappear, then we should be okay. Just a bit noisy at the moment. Okay, I'm fishing that too shallow, I think. Nearly reaching the boats over there. Oh, who's this idiot? You're not going to go over my line, eh? Oh, yeah, he is. Hang on, I've got to wind this in now. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, lunatic. Oh, let's just wait for this boat to pass. Yeah, it's not the beer. Hey, headhunter, how are you, bud? Stevie, how you been, bud? Yeah, mate, I wouldn't do that, bud. Oh, God. It's 8 knots through here, Rebed. A little bit too much boat noise, people. Yeah, good, Steve. Nice to see so many familiar faces in here, people. You know, that's what it's about. Now, we're casting a 1/16th ounce jig head here, right? The Z-Man soft plastics are pretty good because the soft plastics themselves have a bit of weight to them, right? So we're probably casting with the soft plastic. I'd hazard a guess to about probably 8 grams, excuse me, which is about a quarter to 1/3 of an ounce. So with that, it's the same old story though. You know, you just got to balance your gear, people. That's it. At least it's getting all the junk out of the middle of the river. That way. I'll stir them up a bit. Watch. It's not often you land a 1/16 ounce jig head and soft plastic into the wake of a boat in the middle of a river, is it? Yeah, hardtack, just stick to the stream, bud. Nice one. Yeah, something like that, mate. No, not really, mate. I just had a bit of garlic this afternoon. Had a drink with a bit of quinine in it, and I basically stink. It's the easiest way to describe it. How you been, hardtack? How's your Christmas and New Year, bud? Good? So what we're doing here, the lighter the lead weight you use, the better the presentation you have for your soft plastics, right? The heavier you use, you cast further, but you don't have as good presentation. So once these boats disappear and it quietens off, then the mulloway come out again, you know, then I don't know if anyone's ever been underneath a boat that is going over the top of them in a river. It's like being at a dance party, you know. Right. Good work. That's about it. Yeah. Yeah. Tell you what, mate. Instead of subs, right? Today's stream is sponsored by the number 10. Have a chill out for 10 minutes, bud. There we go. Hey, Susie, how are you, bud? Take a dip for subs. What does he think I am in the pool, hot tub and beaches category? What is with people? You know, I just don't get it. All right, we've had a few bait fish jump. Good. Now, that's the one. Hopefully he's got a good memory. But unfortunately, that poor bugger that just got timed out for 10 minutes there, that's the general theme on Twitch now, isn't it, you know? So, hey, 2 Pints, how are you, bud? Right, it's fairly deep out there, people, because it's taking a long time for this soft plastic to reach the bottom. I've got to be a little bit more patient here. Otherwise, that is deep. It's not even that. Lower, you know, like streaming is a form of online busking, mate. It's not a job and it's not a hobby, you know. If it was a hobby, you'd be doing it for free. That's beautiful. Line is laying lovely. Right, let's let that sink. I've no idea who he's talking about anyway, Loey, so... Right, hopefully we'll start seeing a bit of action in the water just on dark once these boats bugger off, you know. All right, 2 points, go and bag out on mackerel. Hey XH, how are you? It's a river in Western Australia, bud. That's a really good cast. Rightio, let's get on to this. There's a weirdo born every minute, isn't it? And I have no idea who they were talking about, Loey, but, you know, like we said, communities usually reflect the streamers. That's why we have so many good people in our community, you know. All right. I think that's a swamp hen. All right, so we've got a big school of mullet coming in here, people. So there's either a bull shark herding him into the shallows, or there's something else. Hopefully it's something else. Oh, it depends, Lenny. Freshwater fish like trout and perch have outstanding senses of smell. So and I think even carp do as well. So if you go and fill up your car with diesel and you sprinkle like diesel or even petrol on your fingers, make sure you wash it with a commercial grade detergent, mate, because anything you touch after that, they won't go near it, you know. So, oh, yeah, that's right, Loey. Yeah, well, XH, unfortunately, bud, you're miles off, bud, because this is Western Australia and we don't get funnel webs here, mate. So you might have to spend more time in school than what you do on Google, you know? Just throwing it out there. Yeah, so Mystic, same old story, bud, you know? We've got so much going on in our stream and our community, mate, we don't worry about anyone else. You know, that's just how we roll. So... nicely done. Must have done, Dukes. Hey, Jazza, when I was at uni at Edith Cowan in Joondalup in the 80s, there were people releasing goldfish in Lake Joondalup. Which lake did they get it out of? That's right, hardtack. The only thing I fear is gravity and dieting. Although I've been doing pretty good with the dieting. I've lost 10 kilos, so I've only got about 1.5 kilos to go before I start training again, people. So I've lost most of the pain in my knees, most of the pain in my stomach, everything. I'm feeling good. Feeling dangerous. Did everybody see that little surface disturbance out in the middle there? Something just got sucked off the surface there and swallowed like whole. Must have been a bait fish just in that water out there. The only problem is I can't get to it because this flipping she-oak here. But that's all right, they move around, they don't stay in the same spot. What a beautiful time of the day. Look at that, people. Look. Sun setting, wind's calming down, the trees are talking. You know, obviously only a language that they can understand. It's all good, fam. There, so here over the other side, it was like that. It was just a very, very little, almost like a, right over the other side. That's little mulloway feeding on little fish on the surface. I'd love us to get a surface strike here. Be great. That's a really good cast. Yeah, that's right, wagfish. Lake Joondalup? Oh dear, whoops. Oh dear. Well, there's a bunch of nutties in Perth that apparently are running around and letting these goldfish go in lakes because you've got golden ponds down south, and what they're doing is, you know, catching fish and releasing them around Perth. So fisheries will have to go through and like net it now because it'll have too much of an impact on the local environment. They should just pay kids to catch the carp, people, you know, and kill every single one of them. The carp aren't native to WA, so. See, that's the thing, people. Once you get into the zone with your fishing, it's just you and the river. You know what I mean? The river tells you nothing. You've just got to figure it out for yourself, you know? So... And what I normally do, people, is if I've got a really good soft plastic presentation like that, what I'll do is when I go to put another leader on, I'll just cut the leader off at the swivel and put another one on, you know? So... Yeah, good, Bam. Full of koi. Have you down south? Pretty quiet, mate. Huh? Did you hear that? That was taken off the surface, whatever it was. So there are fish out there. We just need them to come into the shadows here, okay? I might have to swap out to a different soft plastic. Some of the fish in this river have a slightly bluish tinge. I've gone for the fluorescent green and the red, so. All right, hang on. We've got a movement in the line. Hang on. Come on. The reason why I stopped then, people, is the line started to straighten a little bit, which means that something could have been mouthing at the bait. Just going to take a step back and drop the rod tip. Come on, son. Hits the tree like an idiot. Someone's a bit angry. No category. Oh, really, lunatic? Hang on. Can you set game to just chatting, please, Loey? And, you know, it just starts to quieten down. The fish start to come out and we get another boat, damn it. That bloke is the schnitzel in the, eh? Bam, how are you, bud? Yeah, I gave Quisty a shout out before, Loey. Ah, right. Now, let's see how we go. Hey, Gonzo, good and tag. 17 inches of snow. Jesus. Yeah, Mystic, just block it, mate. It's just lifeless idiots. They got nothing better to do, mate. You know, that's just. Who does that? Like, you'd have to be on the lower intellectual quotient, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to be thick. Seriously. It's hilarious. Because that's what you do, you know. Obviously, they're still in primary school, you know what I mean? because that's what primary school people do. Oh, has it? Darkness, how are you, bud? How's life treating you, mate? Did you hear that again, people? That's actually a whiting that does that. That was more of a kiss than a no, that was a mulloway, you can tell. Are they Carnaby's and Bordens? Echidna, how are you, stranger? Yeah, thanks, Bam. Oh, yeah. We, yeah, that's oh dear. Yeah, it's pretty funny, Mystic. Luckily, you know, you've got more brains in your left toe than they've got in their head, mate. You know what I mean? So it's pretty funny. Hit the big time, trying to annoy people in a Twitch chat. Woo! Oh dear. Right, okay. See you, Bam. And thank you very much to the 80 people that are in here after an hour of streaming, people. Greatly appreciated. Righto, people. So what we're going to do is we're just going to swap over to a different soft plastic now. Right, I'm just going to find some more 1/16 ounce jigs heads. We're going to go to a bigger soft plastic just before dark. Or should we go to the, nah. What we'll do is we'll go to the 3-inch grub. Yeah, it is echidna. Like when there was a break in all the boats, mate, you know, we started to get a bit more action on the surface. And then as soon as the boat started ploughing through, they just went stupid, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Gonzo, don't worry about it, mate. Just enjoy the stream, you know? You know you've made it, mate, as a streamer when you've got other people that are trying to cause trouble in the stream. So, yeah, it's just a compliment, really. So, you know, if we didn't have something going for us, bud, they wouldn't be in here, you know? So, anyway, life goes on. No great loss. Let's just concentrate on the content and the community, hey? Right, I might get the 3-inch grub tail out. So what I've got, Wagfish, is I've got a it's called a nuclear chicken from Z-Man, right? And all right, we're going to swap over to another little grub, people. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! There was a fish behind that. Bugger! Hang on. Oh, did I scare it? Out it goes again. Rightio. We're going to go back to the 3-inch grub tail, I think. All right, let's swap it out. All right, good work. Let's swap this out and see how we go. Right, now I've got me skizzers here, I think. No, they're on here. Rightio. Let's wrap that up. No, wrong one. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. There we go. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, just stick to the theme of the stream, people, you know? Don't worry about it. We're just trying to concentrate on our content and not what other fruitcakes are doing, you know? So don't worry about it, people. That's one of our things about the stream. We try and just keep it relevant to stuff that we're doing in the stream, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. This 30-pound might be a bit thick, but considering we've got so many snags here, where is it? Yeah, that's native to Western Australia, mate. Right, I'm just going to get a 3/16 ounce jig head. This is the rig that caught the fish the other night. Like I said, yeah, but that's what it's about, Gonzo. And all that happens is, mate, when you mention what morons are doing in private messages and that, mate, they just want the attention. They're like little kids, but the sad thing is they're adults, mate, you know. So, anyway. Yeah, so just enjoy the stream, mate, and don't worry about it. It's not relevant to the stream. We only want to deal with topics that are relevant to the stream, okay? So if it's not relevant, don't worry about it. Thanks for that, Lowy. Good work, mate. Yeah, that's right, Lowy. That's why we don't support them, mate, you know? And like I said, half the people these idiots have been banging on about, I have no idea who they're talking about, mate, you know? Just, yeah, what happens is usually the cockatoos nest along the river for night. Rightio, let's see how we go, eh? Let's see how this chartreuse one goes. Hanging down at the river with his hot babes. He's the man. Yeah, that's right, hardtack. We usually don't have any joy with the mulloway till the boats disappear, bud. So it doesn't matter what you throw out there. That's got a little bit more distance to it too, which is good. Yeah, it's like a freeway, hardtack. Once it gets a little bit quieter, then the fish will come in, you know. Thanks, people. 94 people in here. In, mate. In. You've got to catch these buggers on an inward tide. Oh, nice one, hardtack. See the fish swirling in here? Right. There was another on the surface over there, people, so... Damn, how are you, bud? Oh, that was a little hit. What was that? Let's have a look. Yeah, the plastic's been shifted. Yeah, something like that, hardtack. That's the one. A night owl. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just us and the river tonight, fam. That's a kangaroo in the bushes over there. I've got no interest in punching on with a big boomer. Hey, Kiwi Aarons, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream, mate. It's the one. No jacks here, mate. We're south of Perth. You only get jacks north of Perth. It's still not quite deep enough yet, Famo. We've got a little ways to go yet. Probably about another 45 minutes till we start getting bites, I think, anyway. So we'll wait and see what happens. We're doing quite well with our casting, which is a necessity with soft plastics, you know. Oh, I've known about it for a while, Kiwi Aaron. I just sort of, you know. Oh, kangaroo jack. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, we don't call them jacks over here. We call them boomers, hardtack. No, hello, lovely Lace. Hope you're feeling well, mate. Yeah, Kiwi Aaron, I know lots of spots like this on the rivers, mate. I've got some spots on the rivers where I leave information with my friends and say if I've not back by this time, you know something's happened, right? So How are you feeling today, lovely Lace? Are you well? Hello, Duck. I'd be a bit nervous if I was you, mate. Yeah, that's it. Go away. It's fairly deep in here, people. It's taking a long time for the soft plastic to hit the bottom. Yep, we've just had another rise over here, which you'd think is associated with trout. But mulloway will feed on the surface too. They swirl. So, okay. That felt like a little bit of a tentative take. It wasn't very big, whatever it was. And there's a fish that's just fed underneath the tree there. So, all good. A little bit of garbage in close to shore. Yeah, pretty good, lovely Lace. All going well, mate. So, yeah, we're all going well, mate. Just got to get a fish. That's a bronze wing. You can tell by the sound of its wings. Wait. Whoops, lifted the elbow there. Worse than the boats. Aren't you meant to be on a train, 2 points? Right, I'm just going to change the soft plastic again, people. Just got to figure it out, fam, you know, which is what I'm not doing. I'm using 30-pound trace, which doesn't help, but anyway. I think we've got a bit of river junk on it. Right. So we did have a hit there at one stage. So what's happened is something's actually hit the soft plastic and smashed it off the head, right? So what we've got to do is just put another one on. This is ruined now, but that's all right. That's why we've got about 12 of them. So for the soft plastic to get hit like that, that was actually super glued to the head of the jig. So that was a fairly good hit, whatever it was. There might be a few out there. Get out of there. Rightio. So let's just... Now, I'm hoping that bird's not telling the other bird that there's a snake underneath it, because that's usually how you tell where the snakes are here, the birds tell you. No, that sounds like it's bedding in for the night. Nothing really upsetting it. Hey, Big Ed, saltwater bud, like most of Western Australia, Big Ed. Let's try this. Let's try the motor oil. Oh, Mystic, that's fishing, bud. That's fishing, mate. You've got to take the good with the bad, bud. You know, whatever it is, mate. We're just happy to be here. This is my R&R time, mate. I love fishing. You know, I don't need to catch... need to catch a decent soft plastic. Big Ed, where are you from, mate? Yeah, I think it was a smaller bird than that echidna. Thanks to the 100 people that are in here. Greatly appreciated, Pam. Rightio, let's see if this old school... motor oil works, eh? That was a good hit, Famo. Mulloway hit the head of their prey. So that's why when you see the jig smash like that at the head, you know that it's a croaker. Let's just chuck this old school motor oil on and then I'll go to another motor oil. Once you figure it out, you know. It takes about 3 seconds in the water out there for the jig to hit the bottom. There you go, now it's on the bottom, so bounce, bounce. Now it's on the bottom. You can tell when it's on the bottom because the line goes slack. There it is. So a lot of people, when they fish soft plastics, they just retrieve them like a lure. You know that they don't know how to use soft plastics. Very subtle hints, you know, 1 bump, 2 bumps, nothing more. Okay, another hit out in the middle there. Why are they on the other side? Good work. That's a good cast. It's nearly the witching hour, fam, as they say. Inox. Oh, thanks, Echidna. Yeah, Mystic. You catch lots of trout on soft plastics, just small 2-inch or 1-inch marron patterns, and in black or brown or green. Whistler, pretty bad, bud. It's been a very, very slow day, but we're still about an hour off the high tide, mate. So we've had boats everywhere, every man and his dogs, you know. Yep, something just got smashed in the shallows directly across the river there, Fermo. Ah. So what they're doing is they're going from the deep water into the shallow water. Hopefully those ducks have taken off because something nibbled at their webbed feet, you know. Beat. All right. This is what it's about, people, just appreciating the environment, you know. So, you know, interacting with the community and just chilling out. That's what it's about. All right, it's just on the bottom now. What you're trying to do with a soft plastic is just imitate a bait fish that's trying to get to the surface, but it can't get off the bottom. So oh, it's 6:36. We've still got an hour and a half till the high tide, people. But we're just going to throw everything at the fish. If they're going to come on the bite, it'll be about 7:45 to 8 o'clock. But it's the same old story. You need the spot, you know. I'm actually quite surprised that we got this spot tonight with the conditions. All right, let's see what's happening around this corner. Whew. Yeah, I just get bored with bait, people. I mean, I'll use it on the beach and that sort of stuff, but in the rivers and that sort of stuff, I like the challenge of lure fishing, you know, especially freshwater fishing. That's all good fun. That's why I make my own spinners and all that sort of stuff, so, you know. Right, there's a bump. Beautiful. Oh, exactly right. Benton, how are you, bud? How are you, mate? You having a rest with all the work you're doing? Yeah, that's the thing, wagfish, isn't it, mate, you know? We just like to do different content, Wagfish, and we like to go outside our comfort zone, you know, so. All right, Blowfly Central. What I might do is I might show you the stream with me trying to get out of here, and then you'll see exactly what I had to endure to get here, you know, because I tell you, I hope I can remember how to get back. And then hopefully we'll see some snakes and that sort of... Whoa! Hello! Right. Had so many tentative hits. Look, another one. Oh, that's right, mate. Oh, that's right, Wagfish, you know what I mean? So what happened was, people, whatever it was only a small fish. It's come in and belted that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that away. I'm going to go to a Z-Man soft placky. I'm going to go to that. Oh, yeah, mate. There's a special product you can get bent on that's called brown off. Right, so when you've got carpets and all that sort of stuff that have been flooded and that sort of thing, you spray it with the brown off and it stops the mould forming. A lot of carpet cleaners use it. I don't know how badly flooded you were though, you know. Right, let's go and find another 1/16 ounce jig. What I'll do, Wagfish, is I'll show you how to rig everything up, mate. Right, that's the easiest way to do this. So basically what you want to do, Wagfish, is you want to try and use the lightest jig head that you've got for the conditions that you're fishing, right? Rightio, now we're going to get into it. I've just felt that cold change. Have I got any? Yes, I have. Wunderbar. The other thing is too, mate, I'm using a 30-pound leader, which doesn't help. Hey, Lumify, how are you, cheeky? You been behaving yourself, or, you know, just the normal consistent efforts? Thank you for the stamp of approval, Lumify. Bob, how are you, bud? What's going on, mate? You well? Yeah. All right. That's exactly right, Lumify. Everybody's consistent till they get a thick ear. Doom doom ba 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 da 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 da. Nice one, mate. Good to see you coming up in the world, Lumify. Fuzzy Wombat. Oh, Fuzzy Wombat, how are you, bud? Squiggle, you're gonna have to go to Karratha for that, bud. Right. So Wagfish, what we have here, bud, this is the Z-Man from America motor oil. These have a little bit of Lumo in them, right? That's a 1/16 ounce jig head. So basically that'll wiggle up and down in the water, and this is a very, very soft plastic, so it'll have a beautiful action. Rightio, let's see how we go, eh? Lovely. Hey Prowler, how are you, mate? Always. Well done, Bob. Oh, really? You've got to have at least a 7-foot rod with an ultralight tip too, Wombat, to use soft plastics, mate. Shimano do a really good 7-foot soft plastics rod for about $70. I've tried chartreuse, I've tried 3-inch, I've tried 5-inch. I'm gonna have to go to something else in a minute if this doesn't work. Yeah, it does. Oh, it's just the system is designed for soft plastics, Wagfish. It's a specialist system. Don't get sucked into spending thousands of dollars on fishing tackle, mate. You don't need to do it. This is my Christmas present to myself, right? So this is a Zodias rod by Shimano, and this is my birthday present to myself, which is a 4000 Stratic, and I'm going to be buried with these, I think, especially if I don't make it out of here tonight. Yeah, you wait until you see what we have to endure to get out of here, people. Then you'll see trouble. It's like trouble. Right. All right, now see how this river's starting to swirl in here? That's what we're hoping, because in this section of river it swirls. Right, and we should get some big fish in here. That's... Oh, hello. I use braid, Wagfish. Yeah, you got to use braid, mate. Hey, Blood Angel, how are you, bud? Lumify, don't turn into David Attenborough, mate. You just can't, you can't do that one, mate. Just be Lumify, all right? Right, that's... And what it is, Wagfish, 9 times out of 10, right, the jig will get hit on its way to the bottom. So I'm using a very light jig here at the moment. So if I go 1, 2, wind up my slack, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's finally on the bottom. That's just how they work, mate, you know? It's not working either. And the easiest way to get a good distance on your ultralight gear is to increase the line speed of your lure. The easiest way to do that is turn your lure over and then cast. See the distance that you'll get? If I didn't do that first one with the back cast and hold on to it and get the line speed going, right? That's what would happen. Who's Jeremy Wade? Yeah, Blood Angel, but this is the thing, mate. When you don't have the camera on, you usually do pretty well. You know what I mean? And this is really tough going, people. Like, where we're fishing here is really tough going. So we need to just make sure that we keep going, you know what I mean? So I've just ordered some more soft plastics to tie us through till about April. And then I'm going to show you a very special stream in May, right? And then you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so wagfish. If I cast like this, right? See how far I cast? Okay? It's not that far because what I'm doing is I'm not using the fishing rod to its full potential. Mind you, that still is far enough to catch a fish, right? But you need to be able to make the fishing rod and the soft plastic and the braid work for you. So with braid has zero stretch, so you'll cast it a lot further than mono. So watch. If I increase the line speed of my lure with a little cheeky back cast, then forward cast, see the difference? I virtually cast 2.5 times further, just adding one little addition to my technique, you know? Yeah, look, OTC, we're going to do it, mate, but we haven't had any decent winds, right? So all the high tides are in the afternoon, and then all the southwesterlies are in the afternoon. I mean, it sort of like calmed down tonight, but they didn't forecast that. They forecast 30 to 40 kilometre an hour winds, mate. That's no good. What we need to do is we need to get one of these midnight tides and just bite the bullet, get out on the kayak, and what I'll do is I'll teach you how to sound a river at night. Totally different ball game at night, fam. You know, like you'll be paddling along and you'll see a big fin out of the water and it's a bull shark because they like coming out at night, you know. One thing you don't want to do is fall out of the kayak, you know what I mean? So why aren't they taking anything? I just don't know. Don't know. Gonna have to... Hey, now that was a hit, people. That's our first decent hit. Right? That was actually a proper hit. Come on, it's only tiny, whatever it is. That was our first hit. Yep, great. All right. So, and you can cast really nice and flat with soft plastics wagfish, or more so with braid. Not so much bullwhip, right? What you've got to do is you've got to cast it, not throw it. A lot of people tend to try and throw their fishing rods. You don't want to do that. All a fishing rod is designed to do is bend one way, bend the other way, and then try and get back to its original position. The softer the action of the rod, right, the longer it takes to get back to that original position. So with this, I don't try and throw my fishing rod. I try and cast it. There's a big difference, mate. Someone's got chook chasers. Another hit over the other side. I think we're going to have to just bite the bullet and get a big 5-inch lure going, I think, and just try and cast out into the middle there. Right, now. So see this, right? I want to try and cast this fishing rod. See the difference? You should be able to hear the burr from the lure through the wall. Like brrr. So here we go. Watch, I'm going to cast it. I'm not going to throw it. This is a throw. Watch, that's a throw. Right? That's a throw. All right? You don't want to throw the fishing rod. You want to cast it like this. Watch, there's a difference. See the difference? That's a cast, it's not a throw. Side casts, yeah, not really, Bobby. We don't need to worry about them here, mate. All right, I'm going to swap now to a bigger lure. I'm going to go to a big 5-inch fishing lure because it's night time and the big mulloway should be out. So we'll see how that goes. None of this bloody small stuff now. Right, we'll cut that. It's going to get another 1/16 and put a 5-inch lure on. Hey, Spawn again, how are you, bud? Oh, you got to use the backbone of the rod, Bob. I'll show you the difference, mate. Fine Australian specimens out on the water. Just doing a bit of sightseeing. Actually, I'm going to try this one, fam. I'm going to try a different one. I'm going to try an old shad pattern from the States. It's been around since Adam and Eve went to school together. Good Spawn again yourself. Well, Bob, I'll show you. Watch this, bud. So with your casting, mate, you've got to use the backbone of the rod. So even if you do a side cast, you've got to turn the guides so they face the water and your target, right? So I'll show you the difference, okay? So just give us a second, Bobby, and I'll show you. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, no light, no eyes. Getting old, people. No, it doesn't matter what rod you use, mate. The principle's the same, right? The only difference between some rods is the name, Bob. Other than that, they're not far off the difference. Oh, Shoalwater, lovely part of the world, mate. Did you fish Port Kennedy, or did you just stay in, what was it, Shoalwater in the river? Oh, you must have been fairly well off, mate, living in the river and that. Right, okay, so I can still cast side cast, Bob, but what it is, a lot of people make the mistake. You got to remember, right? All fishing rods are built on the backbone, bud. Right, so when you buy a fishing rod, right, like this one, probably a bit difficult with the reel. Right, see that there? See how that's built on the backbone? Right, that's the strongest point of the rod. If you don't cast using the backbone, so what I'm doing here, right, is with this, I'm just going to do my standard cast over the shoulder. Right, now my guides are pointing at my target. They don't turn in, they don't turn out, right? I've got my thumb on the back and it's all one straight line action. Watch. Like that, see? Beautiful. That's all we're doing. Right. Hey there, Clint. We're fishing for Mulloway. Dilly, what's going on, bud? Don't be silly, Dilly. Okay. The other thing is too, mate, when you cast side cast this way or that way, you tend to lose direction. So with me, what I can do is I do what's called point and shoot casting, right? So as long as I'm moving the lure, I've got control over it. So see this? Right, I can sit here all day, not hit my rod blank and go, oh, there's a fish. And I'm onto it straight away. When you're hooking it right to left or hooking it left to right, you lose a certain percentage of accuracy depending on how far off centre you go. Right? Because with here, once you've got the line right, it's just a question of the effort that you put into the cast, right, to hit your target. So if I've got a shorter target, I just don't put as much effort in. And what I do is I just go down a straight line path, right? So watch this, I'll show you. Where's the camera? Okay, here. Come on, bud. Felt like a little tailor then. Have no answer why they're not hitting our soft plackies, people. Right, so, for example, okay, where are you there? Don't know what you mean, mate. Hey there, Jam. Look, mate, the other thing is too, one of the most important casts you can do, right, is the bow and arrow cast in these sorts of conditions. So if I want to do a short presentation type cast, okay, what I need to do is I need to point my backbone at my target, grab behind the point. See? And that's exactly where I'm pointing. Turn my guides, okay, and then away we go. You know what I mean? So, like for example, okay, I don't know whether you can see this, but we'll just see how we go. Okay, so, see where that she oak is. Oh, see that, people? In front of us, there's Mulloway here. Did you see that? They're here. They're finally here. Yes. All right. Right, they're finally here. I don't know whether you saw that. Okay, so just see this in here, right? So see this little spot in here where this she oak is touching the water? There, right? If I want to try and hit that from here, all right, the Mulloway here, people, we've got all these fish getting hit at the surface, right? Good work. So see that there? I can stand behind the camera here, right? I can just pick a straight line target for there, right? Watch. So let's just pick a straight line target now, okay? And what I'll do, as long as I go through on a straight angle, so if you just see about, say here, as long as I go on through on a straight angle there, right? Boom. See? I've missed it, okay? And then what I do here is, that's because, look at the size of this Mulloway, fam. Look at the size of this Mulloway. Oh, nah, that's a snag. There's a Mulloway just in here, right? That's chasing a little school of mullet. And that is why we use, that's why we use 30-pound rigs in the river, okay? Now what I'll do is I'll zoom that back out again. All right, and that's all it is, mate. You've just got to learn the method to the madness. But the one thing you've got to do, all right, look at this in here, people. Check this out. Just check this in front of us here. Look at all these little mullet down here. Check this out, right? Have a look in here. Oh, you're welcome, Jam. Hey, Bayrisha Rebel, how many coffees you had today? Oh, you're welcome, Mystic. The thing is, mate, you can't fake skill. Do you know what I mean? You know, all these people that bang on about it will show us. Go on, go for it. And they don't like it. Well, all I can say is, this jighead has had the pork. Right, just keep an eye on those mullet out there, people. I'm just going to go and swap to a bigger soft plastic now. So, rightio. It's on, Cletus, it's on. Right, what I'll do is, that's what I mean by point and shoot casting, right? So if you do side casting, you can't really achieve that accuracy because, you know, you're going, like if you side cast like this, you would never have hit that target. You probably would have had a better chance this way, but if you do, and it's all body positioning, right? So here, everything's straight, boom, just pick the amount of effort you put through your cast. Makes life a lot easier. Not enough. Bayrisha Rebel, sometimes I worry about you, bud. Sitting there having 45 cups of coffee a day, you know what I mean? Who needs insulin when you've got caffeine? You know what I mean? So, all right, fam, time to put on another jig head. Let's go back to the traditional white one and stop stuffing around. Yeah, why don't we? Why don't we, Famo? Why don't we bloody well do that? Now this fluorocarbon here, right, that I'm showing you, I imported some soft plastics from America, damn, right? And with the American soft plastics, I found them to be an unbelievable quality, fantastic action, and yeah, very, very happy with them, mate. So we're going to sell them in the shop once I fire it up again, you know. Oh, right. So when you see the little mullet panicking like that, you know there's mulloway around, fam. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little white soft plastic on like that with the paddle tail that's going to work in the water, right? This is Action Plus. I got these in from America as well. So basically what that'll do is that'll sit like that in the water. See? Beautiful. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. All right, see you 2 pints. So when you learn to cast with a straight fishing rod, your catch rate improves because you don't spend all your time trying to hook it around corners and all that garbage. Just get the lure out there as quickly as you can in a straight line. So it's actually very hard to learn to cast in a straight line, fam. Right? Oh, that's exactly right, Bobby. You know, but they don't tell you that at the stores. They go, oh, nah, man, you're a great caster. Spend $1,000 on this rod, you know, and you'll be a better caster. You go out there and zit, 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 straight in the tree, you know what I mean? You don't want to do that, bud. It doesn't matter what you use. You should be able to use it proficiently. And then what you do is when you learn to straight cast, right, you learn to fish straight. Now, there's no innuendo with that comment either, bud, but that's actually a very hard thing to do, my friend, because a lot of people get told to do this, do that. You don't want to do that. That's right, Jam, for sure, bud. And look, mate, that's what we like to do on our streams, you know what I mean? And that's why you've got all these idiots trying to disrupt the streams, because they know that we actually know what we're talking about, and we're just interested in genuine content and the community, mate. That's why they're in here, just being lifeless pricks. Anyways, see them? Right, so what's happened is, remember when I said the boats need to go? Right, so the boats have gone now, and now there's no distraction and no noise. So now we're in our element. Right, so that can go in there. No snakes yet. So now what we can do, yeah, you also say that about your driving, Lumify. Shouldn't be, mate. I zoomed out. No, that's not zoomed in, mate. That's just the, oh, that's a bit better. No, that's just the, like, camera, mate. It's not Streamlabs. It's, Stream Elements, you know. See how that goes. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch to the traditional white or pearl coloured soft plastic that I haven't done for a while. Oh, did you see across the river there? That was something just getting absolutely smacked off the surface. Oh, the tigerfish, Bayrisha Rebels, lots of photos, bud. Righto, the little mullet are in the shore again. Right, hopefully this does the job, Famo. I've thrown absolutely everything at these mulloway apart from my undies, or as Culpable calls it, a stink bait, which is bloody well spot on. Not really, bud. Not really, bud. It's actually... I'll show you the map in a second. Right. This is... Our rivers in Western Australia are very shallow compared to other parts of the world, mate. There we go. Right. All right, they're starting to hit on the surface now. I'm going to give this 10 casts. See, the other thing is too, it could be a bigger fish. I'm only using 3-inch and 4-inch soft plastics. I might have to go to a 5-inch or something. They might not be interested because they're too small. There's a lot of bigger fish in this region, fam. So see here how I'm fishing, Bobby? Right, everything's pointing at the lure. So if I do get a bite, it's going to be an instant hookup. So bump, bump, wind on the way down. Don't let the line lay on the water. Right, so soft plastic on the bottom, beautiful. Nice little angle. There's the V from the mullet shooting off. Boom, boom. Okay, it's going to go back down. Right. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. See, I'm not trying to work it too difficult. When you're using braid, it's an instant lift. So bump. Oh, that was the hit. Oh, you bugger. 7 hours I've been streaming for. They're just such tentative hits anyway. So now what I want to do is I want to concentrate on this area here. I want to just shave the canopy line on this she-oak, right? So back we go. Beautiful. Right. Okay. Yeah, damn. Oh, it just depends on what you like fishing with, Dilly, doesn't it, bud? You know? You know what I mean? We don't worry about personal bests on the channel, mate. We just, we just like to fish and provide content. And the other reason is I can't even remember. I didn't even bother measuring fish a lot when I was younger. We just caught them and let them go, you know? And Bobby, the other thing is too, mate, with soft plastics, slow, right? Slow. Never rush with the soft plastic, mate. Now that felt like, right, so there's a log there, okay. That actually felt like there was something near the log, okay. And then, right. Well, see, that's the thing, isn't it? Okay. At least with the 30 pound. I mean, I am fishing 30-pound leader for bigger fish too, which could be an issue. Normally we fish with 16 to 20 litre. Look, people, welcome to the stream, okay? To all the new people that are here. Whoops, let's do that again. My name's Jim and this is Australis Fishing, all right? First things first, stream's free to watch. We never run any dono goals or anything like that, and you can't donate on the stream anyway. We've got a link to a local charity, right, if you are interested in that way, but we don't do donations on our stream for us. Further to that, you never have any alerts or anything like that because we use the content from YouTube. If you want to sub for free, people. Just go to YouTube and subscribe for free on YouTube. And I know people don't like ads, but let the big corporations pay for your viewing and not yourself, mate, because times are tough and pretty weird out there. And you've got to be careful, mate. You've got to look after the pennies because you don't know what's around the corner in 2024. The world's a very, very volatile place, people, you know. So yeah, come in and enjoy the stream. We just try and make everything about the community and the content. Maddie, how are you, bud? Thanks, mate. All right, and yeah, I think that's a typically Australian comment, so I'll take that as a compliment. Right, so yeah, just come in and enjoy yourself, mate. All right, all good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a 5-inch soft plastic. There might be a big fish out there that's just not interested in the small stuff that we've been putting in front of it, okay? So, let's see how we go. Oh, dear. I just can't figure out what the thing is with this fish. No. Right. No, I'm not going to throw that out. This 5-inch soft placky out there and see what happens. That's why I brought the 30-pound trace, people, because I know that there's really big fish in this section of river, and you never know when they're going to hit. But all you got to do when they do hit is just make sure you're ready for the fight of your life, Damo. Kid you not. Right. Oh no. Just get that out. There we are. That's a good Nietski. Okay. Okay. Now. I don't know what you're talking about, Lumify, because I don't know how to identify the, sex of a fish, mate. You must be much more advanced than me in that department, because I don't really pay any attention to that. Don't know, Echidna. I've never really fished for... A lot of the smaller ones, though, will hit some surface lures, but with the big ones, I'm not familiar with anything that does that, bud. Right. Oh, that's the sea osprey. Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to use wire trace in WA anymore, Bob, because they banned shark fishing. Apparently, it's a $400 fine now if you get caught with a wire trace in freshwater or saltwater, mate. You're right, Zdresny. How are you, bud? Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry, Bratchko. Oh, it's all right, mate. We don't fish for sharks anyway, Bobby. We don't fish for sharks anyway, mate. We don't target them at all. They're one of the easiest things to fish for, but a lot of people do that. The ones that make me just, wonder why they bother is those ones that change those Goliath gropers. They go up to a jetty in America or a pier, hunk out this huge, piece of lead with a, live fish on there, and then, just try and get views, you know what I mean? Hey, naughty bugger, that was a bee. All right, let's see if this bigger soft plastic will do the trick, eh? and see how everything's quietened down now that the boat's here. It's all right, we'll just have to wait another 15, 20 minutes. Remember when we started having that gap between the boats and that sort of stuff, how everything started to fire up a bit? It's going to take another 10 or 15 minutes, fam. Sorry about that. At least we haven't got any jet skis. They're really annoying. Oh, famous last words, is it? There we go. That will do nicely. All right, let's see what's out there, famo. Oh, they all do that, damn. Oh, sugar. Right, I'll put the light on in a minute. Yeah, hopefully these 5-inch soft plastics will do the trick. Tried 3-inch, tried 4-inch. All right, let's do. Oh, what happened there? Thought that. Is that a knot? No, don't tell me that's a knot. Let's have a look. A lot of times too, people. Something like that spawn again. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we don't light carp here. A lot of times with your fishing line, people, you can't see if there's any damage on it. Your fingers and your skin will be able to see what's happening with the line a lot better. So if you got no damage to your line, just run your fingers over it. It'll feel smooth. The moment you feel a rough patch, right, other than the knot, of course, just change your leader, okay? Yeah, just be patient, Dilly, and just keep fishing until you find the fish, mate. That's all that comes down to. All right, this is a big lure for here. Ooh, bit of a cast, isn't it? Right. This colour that this lure is a very popular colour on the eastern states. Right, so I'm hoping that this does the job. Yep, the fish are hitting. Yeah, did you see over the other side, people? Or am I in the way? Just keep an eye on the water in front of us, okay? Like I said, you know, I could go and sit down, you know, at a fishing spot or a jetty or a pier or whatever with bait and just cast out and catch fish and all the rest of it and go, oh, look how many fish I've caught. But yeah, that's not fishing for me. We like to fish outside our comfort zone. And soft plastic fishing takes a lot more skill, you know, as everybody's found out, with the time between fish. Now, watch this, Bobby and everyone else. See that? That's exactly where I'm pointing for. They call that point and shoot casting, okay? Marto, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. Alfie, unfortunately, bud, I work on the weekends, mate. I'd love to, mate. If I can get all my work out the way Saturday, I'd like to head down to Mila, but it just depends, Alf. I'm hanging out to go fishing at the beach, mate. I bought a new compressor and I've improved it and all the rest of it. I've got my low pressure tyre gauge from the motorbike shop. Right, so I'm hanging out to go fishing down the beach, but want to go in and get some yellowfin whiting and just show people how to cook whiting the easiest way, you know. When I cook, people, I don't follow recipes. I just have a really basic way of like cooking fish. There's 3 different ways you can do it, and it just depends on the taste of the people that you're trying to cook for, you know. It's still not going to come alive yet for a little while, people. Oh, whoa, 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 hang on. Why are they missing everything? All right, now I want to do a distance cast. So what I do is I change my angle. Rather than going in front of my face, I stop about here like this. Watch. See the difference? Okay? Once again, I'm pointing exactly where my lure landed, but that cast wasn't as good as it could be, so we'll still fish it though. Jacob, how are you, bud? Guten Tag. Or Guten Morgen. Thanks to the 140 people that are in here. Greatly appreciated. Wait, don't do that. It's actually getting quite deep out there, people, but the tide's still a long way off yet. Same old story, just got to keep fishing. The other thing is too, the mulloway there, it just depends whether the switch goes off in the head for them to feed, you know? So that was a hit. Not a very big hit, mind you. But that's all right. If the smaller fish are hitting it, the big ones will. All right, let's go for a nice long cast. Ah! And of course he spears it at the water. Yeah, you just got to Lumify. If I was playing PUBG, I'd have more chance of doing damage with a fishing rod than with any of the weapons in that, bud. And the other thing is never reach for your cast like I just did because I stepped as I went to cast. Nice firm footing, boom, boom, and away you go. Right, come on. Nah, not at all, Dilly. Yeah, fine, Silver Clint. We've just been doing our fishing streaming, mate. I was going to do a garden stream today, but I'll probably do one tomorrow, I think. Right, let's relax. I'm getting really annoyed with this. I put on a longer leader and it's affecting my casting. I've got to check my casting and adjust it. If echidna was in here, that was an egret then. Maybe I should just speed up my retrieve. That might help. Been trying to do it slowly, but we'll mix it up. There's no right or wrong. As long as you're catching fish, you know, you're right. So let's try this now. That's better. Nice cast. Well done. That's right on it. Don't know, Bobby. You'd have to go into your local store. Maddie, I'm south of Perth, bud. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to increase my retrieval now and see if that stirs them up, fam. Okay. Thanks, Dilly. This one wasn't the best, but you know, we're trying. So I'm going to put the lights on in a second, famo. Just going to wait till it gets nearly on dark. And that way, if I see any snake eyes, I know what's going on, you know. Half the time, the buggers will slither up behind you. Oh, did you see the little V in the water there? That's a fish. Okay, that's a croaker coming in to have a look. Come on, son. That was a croaker coming in to have a look, fam. They call Mulloway croakers because they croak, believe it or not. Beautiful. Point and shoot casting, Bob. That's what you got to remember. Point and shoot. Silver Clint, yes, but if you go into the Swan River in Perth, right, in a boat that's got an aluminium base, you'll hear what sounds like a giant frog. That's how the oldies used to find them in the old days. They'd pull up, they'd wait till they hear like, and that's actually Mulloway under the boat in the water. It seems we had more follows when we're going a bit quicker. Don't do that. Right. Beautiful. You need to stop going out so much. Sushi, hi, bud. Why is that, Bobby? Nah, relax, mate. Just bite them before they bite you, brother. That's all you got to do. And if you really want to lay into a cast, right, you can do the two-handed. But I just like one-handed because you can balance and all the rest of it. No, it's not sushi. But we will be doing a live stream from the Calgon one day. Right, people, different parts of Western Australia fish really well at different times of the year. So what we'll do is we will go to those spots when they fire at the relevant time of year. So look forward to a lot of content, people, because it's coming. Right, we're sort of winding down our season, but now that everything's sort of organised, we're all good, you know what I mean? Oh, that was a hit, people. That was a hit. That was our first decent hit. That was our first decent hit. So what we've done is we've figured out, yep, and once again, it's nailed the head of the lure. That's why it's not really registering. Right, so let me just try something here. Okay, that was a really good hit, fam. That has absolutely belted the head of the lure. Right, they're here. We're going to need to get ready. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refrain from using the light for a minute, right? Whew. Now, I don't think that was too big a fish, but it's a fish, you know what I mean? So we were right. The 5-inch lure seems to be doing the job, you know? All right, I just want to get a metre mulloway on soft plastics for the community people. That's it. See how I'm balanced, right? Some people like to cast like that. Like a lot of coppers I taught to fly fish like to cast front on because that's how they shoot their guns. So, all right, come on. So slightly brisker retrieve, right? And the bigger lure is working here. Excellent. We figured it out, famo. We figured it out. Wait. Getting a lot of airtime too. Don't know what you're referring to, Bobby. Right, that's going to imitate a little mullet. Right. That was our first proper hit for a long time, famo. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let that sit on the bottom for a minute, okay? And let the fish have a look at it from there. No, not at all, Goonie. Not really, Dilly. Close, but I've been onto it, so. Yeah, the biggest one I've heard of in the river is about 1.2, Matty, but nothing like the East Coast, right? The East Coast is like the mecca of mulloway fishing down there, you know? Just on dark, if we're going to get a decent fish, it's going to be now, you know? I want to go and catch up with a few people that have been supporting the stream for a long time when I retire. So, you know, want to fish the Glenelg River, want to fish a few bridges in New South Wales and Victoria and Bathurst and all that sort of stuff. I've had so many invites over the years, just, you know, because of work and life, I can't really take people up on it, you know. The Hawkesbury, mate, hairtail, big black brim, mulloway, everything in the Hawkesbury, mate. You just don't know how lucky you are, bud. That's another spot that I want to fish too. Want to go to Streaky Bay and Seduna. You know what I mean? So, you know. Rightio, one more cast and then we're going to give it a rest for 5 minutes. Because we've absolutely pestered this water. Right, we've had a good hit. We want it to forget that it missed the lure. Not live on stream. Flint and Steel. Okay. Yeah, I know a really good Mulloway spot south of here, fam, where there was a paddle wheel in a river. So you go along in the river, it's about 2 metres deep, and then it goes 20 metres deep, you know? So look forward to that stream. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a few minutes. Right, we had a fish that hit our soft plastic. There's the pop. There's a fish that's been hit on the surface, right? So we're just going to let that settle. Okay. Oh. Name got blocked. How are you, bud? Diesel, how are you, bud? Certainly is, mate. There's two of them. There's an egret there and an egret there. Once again, people, welcome to the stream. My name's Jim. This is Australis Fishing. Welcome to our backyard. This is our office for tonight's stream. At the moment, due to weather conditions and tidal conditions and all the other conditions, we can't really do much other than fish the river because the main issue is work conditions, right? So welcome, welcome, welcome. Rudler, how are you, bud? If you're new to the stream, please do us a favour and go and subscribe for free on YouTube. Oh, you're welcome, Bobby. Look forward to seeing you in the next stream, mate. Hope you have a good day and night wherever you are in the world. Canada would be morning, I think. So, yeah, you're welcome, bud. It's what it's about, bud. You've got to acknowledge people, brother. Thanks, Bobby. 5:32 a.m. I thought I was the only person that got up at that time. All right. Let me just check this battery life here. Oh, that's much better. Excellent. What do we got left on there? We've got 44%. Brilliant. Love it. Love it. You know. Rightio, we've given it a break. Let's see if we can rekindle its memory. You're hardcore hardtack. Forget hardtack, just change your username to hardcore Hardman Enterprises. Oh, that belted that, didn't it? Rightio. Yeah, it is, Rudler. And people, this shows exactly how strong this community is, right? We don't have front page and we got 147 viewers. Thanks for the support, everyone. Right, where's this flipping fish? I might actually change the soft plastic again, fam, because it got smashed pretty hard then. Rightio, we're going to wait for the next hit. Absolutely getting chewed by these mozzies. I'm not liking it. Yeah, you're welcome, Bobby. Thanks for coming in, mate. Good to see you. Certainly does, Dilly. It always does here, mate. Spewing. We got that hit and it missed the hook. Beautiful. It's a problem with night time. You don't really know where the lure is until you flick it up on the bank, you know. All right. Yeah, something like that, Dilly. Bob, how are you, mate? Nothing at the moment, just the lure that I'm casting out. I had a really good hit about 15 minutes ago, mate. But we might have to pack it in soon. Yoti. Western Australia, bud. That's how it is here, Born Again. That's why they say nighttime has fallen. Thanks, people. 146 viewers. Unbelievable. Here's that wind that said it wasn't going to be here, picking up. Biggest problem you've got with a kayak at night is sometimes bull sharks try and swim over the kayak. That causes a lot of grief. Now, what's that from? There's no boat here. Oh, yeah, it's just what it is, God's loyal. That's why you always take a bat with you in the kayak. Because if one sticks its nose over the edge, you just smash it. Lovely. Nah, worst things to worry about that here, mate. You're the ones that's got mountain lions and cougars and pumas and bears and everything that wants to bite the back of your neck, you know. Going to try a different spot tomorrow night. I got one spot in Pemberton, God's loyal. You pedal along in the kayak and you see these two rocky outcrops of black granite rock either side of the river, and you see the snakes sunning themselves swimming between both sides of the river. When they try and get on the kayak, now that's a bit of heart failure. I've got to get some of these 3-inch and 4-inch lures from over east and from here. Rightio, let's try here. Not really, Jam. Interlink, 0. Not really, Maddie. Just mainly soft blackies. Oh, really? I don't fish for stingrays, Lumify. Last time we caught a stingray, I think, was 2019 when I had the backpack. But I've modified my rig since then and haven't caught a stingray in ages, bud. Rightio. Man, I don't want to leave here defeated. That was a pig. Pigs worry me. Forgot about them. Is there a tree I can jump up? Yeah, I forgot to mention Razorbacks. And I left my machete at home. That's not bright. Don't know, Lumify. Oh, it is, Dilly. I love interacting with the community, mate. You know, the people that do the right thing is what it's about, bud, you know? So, I mean, you know, I've had a lot of messages from people where they thank me for acknowledging everyone in chat, because apparently the new thing on chat is, and I don't know why people do this, but, you know, if a streamer's reading chat, they'll only respond to people that are subbed, and I find that pretty offensive. So, you know, that's just, yeah, pretty sad if they do that, you know. We just chat to everyone, mate. Anyone that's chatting about something relevant to the stream, we respond, you know. Sheba, how are you, bud? These mosquitoes, I wish they wouldn't talk to me, though. All right, we're going to have to give it 10 more casts, people, I think. Something like that, Lumify. Oh, well, that's about Lumify, you know. I mean, you're cheeky, but, you know, at least you're in chat and chatting. That's what keeps it going, mate, you know. Oh, thanks, Sheba. That's what it's about, bud, you know. It's not even so much that, Lumify. It's more about respect, you know what I mean? You know, so... That's a cast and a half. Oh, dear. Yeah, but that's what it's about, Lumify. You know, you've just got to look. We're all people. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, we're doing a fishing stream, mate. So that's what we're doing. You know, we're all chatting. We're interacting about fishing. Not interested about drama because it detracts from the stream. You know what I mean? So you know, that's what it's about. And you know you're doing something right, bud. I mean, we've got a stream tonight. Okay. Hey, Not, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream, mate. Sure you don't, Lumify. Yeah, good, Sheba. We're probably going to do a gardening stream tomorrow, mate. I'm going to try and get work out the way early. And then, oh, I've left the chooks out. Bugger. I better put them in the chook pen. They'll be very annoyed. Going to show everyone how to get a garden bed ready for winter. So I think if I had a 4-inch or 3-inch of this colour, I would have had a fish tonight. Right. And yeah, with our chat tonight, people, we've got, what, 130 to 150 people in here. Our chat's busier than some people that have 300 to 500 viewers, you know? So that just shows that the community is involved and we're not using bots, you know what I mean? So that's what it's about. Not for I. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that, bud. But please don't leave yourself short, mate. That's all I'm trying to say, bud. All right? Just don't leave yourself short, mate. And like last night when I gifted you that sub, it wasn't to get bits out of you or anything, mate. That was just a thank you, you know? I have to put my headlamp on in a minute. Might be a little marsupial out there, you know? All right, mate. Oh, Lumify. Yes. Lumify feels inferior to people that are 5 foot 8 inches and a half or taller. And the other thing is too, people, this year we're going to make a massive push on YouTube, right? So with that YouTube push, we'll be gearing up on that for the latter half of the year. All I want to do is just build up the content base and all the rest of it. And then what we're going to be doing is from about September onwards, we'll be doing a stream one day on Twitch Australis Fishing. And then if the conditions are good, we'll go Australis Fishing on YouTube. So make sure you follow on YouTube. And then we'll do one on Australis TV, okay? I'm going to get back to the stage where we're live streaming every day because I enjoy it. It's really good for my peace of mind, right? And you never know what's around the corner, people. You know what I mean? So... Disco Balls, how are you, bud? Name got blocked, how are you, bud? I wouldn't go that far, Stillage. Yeah, not bad, Disco Balls, mate. We're just chilling out, bud, you know? All right, people, we've got a kangaroo behind us. You can hear it. Well, I hope it's a kangaroo. I thought I heard a hop. No, that wasn't a hop. That was an oink. Did you just hear that? It went. Just leave me alone. Not going to hammer you or do anything. Just having a fish on the river. Okay? I hope it's not a sow with piglets, because that'll be trouble. Oi. 9 o'clock at night, and all I've got to defend myself with is a landing net. Well done, Jim. You forgot you were coming to this stretch of the river, didn't you? Rightio. So speaking of that, let me just get this sorted. Right. Right, soft plastic's still good. Right. So, got that here. Teeny, how are you, bud? You a Call of Duty player? We found a big herd of pigs up the back here one day, mate. Poof, was a big herd of pigs. Rightio, what's the time? Oh, yeah, it's high tide's been. Sushi Samurai, how are you, bud? Oh, I don't think they can, Stillage. Well, I hope not, because that's where I'm going. Well, people, one more cast. Can't figure it out. That was a bit of a point and splat. Bugger. No, not really, mate. Oh, yeah, they do, Jammy. Oh, they do, mate. Yeah, not me, mate. I don't do any gaming anymore. We just do an IRL content, but I don't have the time for it. I got the computer for it, but I just can't be bothered with it. Right. Now. Oh, that's my thing. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to let's just go back to the hopefully I won't regret this, but let's just go back to the nuclear chicken for the next 15 minutes, right? And then we'll just work from there, okay? Let's go back to the nuclear chicken, because that worked really well when we had it before. Where did that go? What's that? Let's have a look. Sorry, people. I've got to tidy up this tackle box. There it is. At some stage. Just give me a second. We're going to go back to the nuclear chicken, fam. Well, nuclear chicken seems to be one of the few colours that works at night here, famo. Right. Right, no snake eye. That's a good sign. So, where are we? Zoom in. Yeah, because for some reason this colour's not the only one that works. All right, people. So let's try that. I'm going to just cut the other leader off and put this one on. When you're on a good thing, stick to it, apparently. Sorry about this. I'm just going to leave that like that for a second. We've had one really good hit tonight where it hit the head, but I don't think it was too big a fish. Same old story with fish, mate. Fish are where you find them, you know, so. Oh. Sounds like my Hilux. I hope not. That means someone else is driving it. Oh, what? This is the problem that I have with terminal tackle, fam, right? I was cutting the line before, okay? I was cutting the line before. Check this out. You're not going to believe this, right? I was cutting the line before, right? And what I did is I actually cut the swivel, okay? And it cut through the swivel. That's how flimsy they are. Apparently nowadays they put a bit of aluminium in them. See that? It's all broken. Right, look. That's from the scissors. It's ridiculous. Just give me a second, Famo. That's good. All right, so I'm going to get another swivel. I'm trying to save my headlamp, fam. You know, that's not it. That is it, I think. Is it? Is it? No. Now that's it. You can't get them here, mate. Yeah, some like that hardtack, but it's just they put a certain amount of aluminium into swivels now, and it just they're just so soft, you know. That's why I've kept a lot of the old brass swivels that I've got. Hey, Fuffsy, with the soft plastics, mate, the soft plastics vibrate, and what this does is this triggers off a response in the lateral line of the fish, which causes them to pick it up as an injured or you know, like struggling fish. So all you're trying to do is just instigate a predatory response in the big bait fish out there. Oh, sorry, in the big fish out there, you know. So yeah. So a good soft plastic, when you go bump bump, you feel the tail going brr, brr in the water. That's why you use the braid and spend the money on the gear, you know. Right. Everybody hear that behind us? I'm hoping that's a kangaroo and not a pig. No, I don't do that. Name got blocked. I might be able to actually carry the camera out tonight, and I'll show you what I had to do to get through here, you know. Oh, where'd I put the scissors like an idiot? No, I just use a braid knot, mate. I've been using it for 20 years. All you do with braid is double the number of loops, mate, and double over again, and most knots should work if you do it like that. Oh dear, where is it? There we go. Now, so what you do is you just wrap the braid around itself like 12 times, right? And then you wrap it back over the loop again another 12, pull it tight, and away you go. Braid has zero stretch compared to monofilament, so it ties great knots, you know. Rightio. Where are you? Here, chook, 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 chook. Here, chook, chook, chook. There we go. Chook, chook. I thought my eyesight was really bad, but I put the line through the eye of the swivel, and then it pulled through, and I went, "Oh, you're joking." Oh yeah, I just use knots that work, mate. It's like this FG knot, right? I don't use the FG knot. Too much mucking around. Excuse me for a second. So we've got either a kangaroo or a pig just behind us over there, okay? No, we don't use a circle knot with the braid. You only use that with the lure, mate. Right, let's just chuck that down there. All right, so we have the nuclear chicken back on, yeah? Hopefully we don't have any nuclear razorbacks. Oops. Beautiful. Nice soft landing. Nuclear chicken is one colour that works at night, Famo, for some reason. This will be our last casting session with this soft plastic. We'll give this another good 10 casts, I think. We'll see how we go. Hey, Penny Basher. I don't wear Old Spice, mate. I don't wear anything at all. Yeah, it's the easiest way to do it. Name got blocked. Good to see you in here, Penny Basher. How are you, bud? You well? We had one good hit, Penny. I think it's because I'm using the 30-pound leader, but the fish in this section of the river are quite decent, so I'm not going to use anything less. They're going to hit now. That's when we'll get them. Kangaroos can swim. I don't think pigs can. They got too low a centre of gravity. Don't do that. These are the hours of fishing that you don't really see, people, on some YouTube, you know. Yeah, they can name got blocked. If a kangaroo feels threatened, it goes straight to waterbud. And what it'll do is it'll sit back on its tail on the bottom. So a big boomer like this with the tail can go into, 10 or 15 foot of water pretty easy. And it'll just face the bank. And if a dog comes out to it, it'll just drown it in the water. They're quite nasty and savage like that, mate. Right, a couple more casts. Let this flutter down. Oh, it is. Rue's great eating. That's right, Mystic. Oh, they are, mate. They are. A lot of people don't realise how nasty they are. And when they're in spawning mode, mate, they're quite aggressive, you know. I think if a kangaroo applied itself, it could become Taekwondo world champion quite easily. Just got to find the right trainer, you know. Get on the right diet. Getting really annoyed with this. Oh, I'm getting really annoyed with it. But I'm not going to give up. Not going to give up, people. We know they're in there. We got one before the full moon. All right. Last cast, famo. Yet again, we've only had a couple of tentative bites and nothing concrete. Shattered man. Oh, don't do that. That's better. Oh, mate, they're nasty. Name got blocked. Roos are nasty, bud. They are nasty. Make that second last cast. One more. And that's it for sure. Beautiful. In the southern part of Western Australia, Mystic, we get the southern greys. And then I think from about north of Perth, we get the western reds. So the traditional red kangaroo, you know. All right. Yet again. Well, we had a few hits, people. Sorry about that. But that's all you can do. It's fishing, isn't it, you know? Just got to keep trying. Okay, well. Thank you very much for giving up your time to watch the stream. I won't be able to carry the phone and a torch. Although maybe I can. But I probably won't, people, because I've got to worry about my balance and that sort of stuff. So look, thanks for tuning in. Oh, we will Lumify. I've just got to get the time, bud, you know. Hey, look, while we're here, people, please, excuse me. Oh, Penny. Yeah, matey, I forgot about that. So, look, I'll give you a hoy after the stream, Loey. People, if you're new to the stream, please go across and subscribe for free on our YouTube channel. It'll only cost you a click. We edit our live streams and we put them on YouTube, or we just do our full live streams, okay? So once again, thanks very much for tuning in. I really appreciate the fact that you're interacting in chat. And look, keep being awesome. And what we'll do is we'll just throw out a quick raid to someone that deserves it. Let's go to Jamodo / raid Jamodo. Thanks, name got blocked. Disco Balls, thanks, mate. I know you watch the YouTube stuff. Crazy Daney, how are you, bud? So we're going to go and raid Jamodo, who's an Australian FIFA 24 or EAFC 24 streamer. Thanks, Disco Balls. All right, people. Thank you very, very much. And I'm off to dodge some pigs. Just like the old dating days before I met my wife. Keep being awesome. Bye for now.